Oh. No.
All right.
36.
Good. All right, Percy, go ahead, kick us off.
Hey guys, this question is for Nneka. You probably know Skylar the best on the team there. Just how sick was she today? Did you think she would play? And could you take us through her last play, the game-winning layup, and the things that you saw? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Skylar does Skylar things. Big Mama's gonna do her thing. She fights through a lot. And I would have to say that there's a lot that's weighing her down right now. Including her health. Skylar didn't practice the last 2 days.
Did not.
But she probably hate me for saying this anyway, but she's relentless, she's gonna keep on going. There's just a dog and a fire in her that is lit all the time. and she was still feeling a type of way about the game, but we trust her. She is literally the head of our snake. So I'm just grateful to have had her for this game today. We know that we needed her today. We know that she dipped way too far into her cup. But we're grateful and we want to support her the best way we can. The best news I got today was that she was an all-star.
Yeah.
So she did all-star things today as she normally does. And she doesn't make excuses. She knows that no one's going to make an excuse for her. So she shows up and we show up for her.
And then just the things that you saw on like that last drive there, just that layup.
Oh, I mean, that's not. I wasn't surprised by it.
Yeah, we see it all the time.
We see it all the time. She's always locked in, and we knew that we needed to get a score. And we were all ready for it, but Lexi called it.
Yeah.
Lexi said Sky was about to get her one, and she did, and she delivered like she always does.
Yeah.
All right, Bella, you're up.
Hey, also, well, it's going to be a question for both of you, but first, Nneka, I know you told me last week that passing all-time WNBA milestones is kind of like someone telling you about the view from the top while you're on your way up. But congratulations, today you passed Sue Bird for 8th and Cappie Pondexter for 7th on the all-time scoring list. Do you feel like there is anything especially poignant about passing someone who scored all of their points in a Storm uniform, is getting a statue outside of Climate Pledge while you're playing for that same franchise? And Erica, if you could say anything about Nneka as well, that would be wonderful.
Well, Nneka's breaking records every day. Every time we play a break,
I've been playing a long time.
Listen, you have, but I don't think anybody moved up the ladder 2 spots in one game, and that's what Nneka did. I mean, you guys know she's awesome. She knows it. We embrace it. She's one of our leaders, and we're just not surprised. Every day, I'm just like, Nneka, what you gonna do today? You know what I mean? Because she's awesome. Like, she is the prime example of a professional basketball player that love what she do and just set great examples with her actions. As you can see, she don't talk much, and she don't like nobody talking about her. But we don't care. We're gonna talk about you, and we're gonna praise you as much as we can. So
Thanks, Sweetie.
it's awesome just to be, in her presence and see the things that she's doing.
Right, Jeff, you're up.
Yeah, for Nneka, Atlanta nearly doubled you in rebounds and nearly had 3 times as many free throw attempts and makes, and yet you guys won. How did you pull it off?
Trying our best to get stops and deliver on our stops. We did not do a great job last game of getting stops and converting those, so that was important for us. I still, I still know that we can be better at rebounds. It's not about the skill, it's about the mentality, and it's going to be difficult to win games that way. So this is a really good team. It was down to the wire because they kept getting more possessions, and they were being aggressive, going to the rack, and getting fouled. I think that that's been a point of emphasis for us too, like going down and being aggressive and trying to get some more points at the free throw line. So we're going to continue to do that too.
Thank you.
All right, Christian, you're up.
Congratulations, Nneka, on passing Candace Dupree and Sue Bird. My question is briefly just how you guys kept the resolve going through the second through the fourth quarters. After the first quarter, you guys shot around 35% and then 20 from three. But through the rest of the game, you shot 53% from three and 51% from the field. And then, Erica, you had 10 points in the fourth. Nneka, you had seven. Skylar had four in the game winner. Can you just speak to how you guys just kind of keep the flow, keep, business as usual?
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure is that we're not trying to have any quarters that are less than 20. And that first quarter it was kind of low. It was good defensively, but we needed to make sure that we kept the points on the board. And so for us to be able to diversify how we score, whether it's me, E, Sky, Gabby, and anyone else that's out there, everyone is a threat. So I'm glad that we were able to maintain that poise and composure throughout the game. And I think too, we were just really locked in on being sharp at the point of attack on defense, which is what really helped us at the end. And we were able to kind of secure some of those ricochet 50-50 type of possessions and deliver on those. So us being able to not feel rushed in those moments was important.
All right, Maz, you're up.
It's not a question. It's not one.
Yep. Hey, Nneka, you talked about paralysis by analysis, but I would assert today you guys were just, as you said, locked in. You only had 3 offensive rebounds, but the third one clearly was one of the biggest. I guess you both could talk about that, but just the determination and just the will, the dog mentality overall as a team.
Good.
You got it. You got it, boss.
What? He talking about dog, you a dog.
I think it's definitely a point of emphasis. As you guys know, we played the Valkyries and we didn't like how we performed. So I think just moving forward, we just want to be more aggressive coming out. And I think that's what we did in the first quarter. And also we made emphasis in the second quarter, just come out aggressive. And I think that's what we did. I think Gray had 12 points. We know that's their leading scorer. We did good on her. Yes, Canada, got loose, but we know we held Gray to 12 points, which is an all-star, and she's been playing her best. So job well done there. So I think we did our assignments, and we can't stop everybody, but we didn't want to at least stop the head of the snake. And I think we was dogs when it came to that.
Right.
All right, your final question, Roberta.
Yeah, I want to ask Erica, those final two storm plays that gave y'all the win, one shot came from you, the other one from Skylar. So we're talking about a team that has been worked with 2 point guards. Can you talk about how that synergy between the two of you helped those two plays come together for the win?
I mean, that's what just Noe trusting us, and Skylar trusting herself and me trusting myself. It can go either way. We're just taking shots that the defense is giving us. Like anybody can take the shot. Nobody is never shying away from, wide open shots. So I just think it's super dope to be able to have 2 point guards because she can run the point, I can run the point. And they just give two different looks because she play a certain way and I play a certain way. So it allowed defense, they can't really set up because how I come down here, how I'm shooting the ball at the three at a high clip, they keep telling me it's career high, but I don't even know. I don't look at that stuff. But so teams got to guard us differently. You can't go under Sky, you can't go under me. So just being ready. And I think down the stretch, Sky was ready and she wanted it and I was ready. I knew I had to shoot the ball well today.
Right.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Booyah. Thank you.
All right. To kick us off, let's go with Percy.
Hey, the coach, how you doing? Can you talk about Skylar? Just first, how sick was she? Was she sort of in danger of not playing? And then two, can you take us through that last play? Was it anything like I'm remembering Las Vegas at home earlier in this year? Skylar had the ball at the top of the key. you guys were down sort of one, and that time she passed inside. It felt like sort of Vegas sort of blew that play up, and it felt like tonight she made a different decision and went to the rim.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, she's been sick for the last few days. She didn't practice. And shout out to our team for, having some good days with and focus without our leader. One of our leaders. And I think coming into Atlanta, I was unsure. We were unsure if she was gonna be able to play just because the energy level, still has some working through her sickness. So today it was honestly the first time she got up and down, aside from shoot around, moving around a little bit. Sky is a competitor. She is a passionate basketball player. In clutch moments, time and time again, we've seen in this league what she can do. So the very last play, a little bit different from that Vegas play, but trying to get my two best players in action, and kind of rewatch the play just now. I thought Nneka, there's a lot of physicality, same like the Vegas play in which E kind of fell, but Nneka set a good screen, and I think that Sky got fouled on that as well. But that's a big bucket from an elite player, willing herself to get healthy enough to face a tough Atlanta team on the road. Just showed resilience, and that's just who she is, wanting to be at her best for her team.
All right, next up, we'll go to Bella.
Hey, Coach. Tonight, Nneka passed Sue Bird for 8th and Cappie Pondexter for 7th on the WNBA all-time scoring list. Just what are your thoughts on her passing, in particular, a Storm legend like Sue that you played with and coached and is now getting a statue?
Yeah, I mean, Sue is a Hall of Famer too recently, right? And she's done amazing things, not only for the Seattle Storm organization, but for the WNBA, for women's basketball globally, internationally, all those things. And for Nneka to, be mentioned in the same sentence as Sue and now surpassing her, it just magnifies who Nneka is. She's greatness personified. She's the most disciplined person I know, and getting to know her these past 2 seasons, her approach to her everyday life, I think is such a great example for us all. The way that she leads, the way that she communicates, the way that she constantly puts others first. Her career has been that. She's been super efficient throughout her entire career, and that's a lot of buckets if you think about that list, Cappie and Sue. And to be doing it in a Storm uniform is special. For me to be coaching her and just kind of seeing the sustainability that she has had over her seasons. She's, to me, getting better with time. And for her to continue to break records and be mentioned amongst the greats means that she is herself a great. She's going to continue to do great things for this league. She's going to continue to do great things for this team. And I'm just kind of basking in her excellence.
All right, next, we'll go to you, Maz.
Yes. Hey, Coach, what can you say just about your overall resolve of the team? I mean, the third quarter there, they could have been distracted, if you will, and then you only get 3 offensive rebounds, but that third one was obviously the most important. Just resolve and that commitment.
Yeah, I thought that, we took a look at the film and we addressed those things. I think that in moments, the resolve showed, literally skied in the air to get that offensive board and late in that game. And great minutes from AC. And I think just Ezzy's activity, I saw some improvement from our entire group, to want to make sure that we buckle down in certain moments of the game. And I think we never let a lead, whether it's 7 points or 3 points, no matter where we were in the game, came down. And I think the growth that we showed on the road, of our execution, was huge. So, offensively and defensively, we're locked in. When it mattered, I think that we got to some loose balls and we rebounded and we were able capitalize on the other end of the floor. But the resolve was huge, and it showed that we do have it. We just have to have it consistently.
Thank you.
All right, Kasim.
Hey, coach. So Atlanta going into this game, the best team in the league at keeping their turnover count low. You guys go out there and force 17. How'd you feel about how you guys were deflecting balls and getting in the passing lane specifically?
Yeah, I think at halftime we had charted about 22 or 24 deflections. And we try to finish with at least 30 plus a game. And that was indicative of our activity. And I think it started with Ezzy. It's tough to defend BG and Jones in the paint. And I think our on-ball pressure was good. We had some schemes for Gray, some schemes for the others, and I thought that we utilized not only our physicality but our intellect today to make sure we were locked in on our schemes. And then I think we have a strong defensive team when we are locked in, and from different areas of the floor. E defending on the ball, off the ball. We were really committed to our team defense, and I think not being super disruptive, but in being so, we were in gaps and we were able to create some havoc, and I think that's something to build on.
Thanks, coach.
All right, Jeff, you're up.
Yeah, coach, with this win over Atlanta, you now have wins against the top 4 teams: Minnesota, Atlanta, Phoenix, New York. What does that tell you about your team, and what kind of message can you tell your team after those results?
We have to really understand who we are when we are playing at a high level. When we are locked in, we're a really good team. And when we when we're not locked in, the energy, the effort, the execution, we're just not a very good team. So I think for us to really own it, it's time to show and prove every single game. It's a difficult season. I know our schedule is really rigorous, but at the end of the day, we have players in our locker room who are committed to each other, committed to the success of the team. And because of that, we want it so bad, and I want it so bad for them. And, the times that it doesn't feel good, we know it. I don't beat them up about it, but at the end of the day, in order to be a top team, you have to beat the top teams, especially on the road. And when we really understand who we are, I think we'll kind of continue to find success and hit the ground running and have some consistency. It's about being confident in ourselves, and I think that can't waver no matter the day. So I just want our team to continue to understand that we have the pieces to have confidence in each other and in ourselves, and continue to play some really good basketball.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. Good job.